Hi, this is Rick Storley from New Home Sales Coach, and what you see before you on the screen is probably one of the most important metrics that I will use when I'm working with clients in the determination of, number one, should we go into a certain particular micro market or marketplace, and number two, if we have a home that's either we're going to build as a spec or perhaps a model home, or that's already up, and we're trying to determine what is really the true market value of the home, we'll use this chart. It's a very simple calculation. I'll show you how to do it. We're going to first determine our rate of sales for any particular micro market, and then we're going to look at what the inventory level is in that market. And depending on what the inventory level is, we'll determine how susceptible we are to price, say, downward pressure on prices or the premium we can actually get. So here are the steps. We're going to determine the rate of sales inventory levels for your price points and product. We're going to go to the MLS. The search criteria we will use is a couple different ways. I like to start by going 5 years or newer. So I'm going to look at comparable homes that are 5 years old to brand new within a $25,000 to $50,000 price spread in my area, in competing areas. So the idea is, if somebody were to look at our home, what else would they look for? And of course, the lower the price point I am, let's say if you're 200 to 250, 200 to 300 even, I want to stay in that $25,000 breadth of offerings. So I'm going to say, well, if someone's going to look at my $250,000 home, then they'll probably look at a price range of 225 to 275. Or 225 to 250, right in there, but try to stay closer rather than farther apart. Now, if you're not getting many comparable homes that are 5 years old or newer, then expand your search to all homes and see what happens. Of course, make sure that you're using the type of product that, if you're selling townhomes, or you're looking at townhomes, or single family, you're looking at single family, or condos as your comparison. Now, my rate of sales is simply the number of solds plus the number of pending homes divided by 12 months. That's one of my criteria. And then I'm going to average that out. What is the rate of sales for the last 12 months, 6 months, and 3 months? And that's what this little graph is right here. Inventory equals active listings using the same search criteria divided by the current rate. And then I know that I have roughly a 5.5 to 6.5 months of inventory is considered a balanced market, where neither the home builder or the home buyer is in control. Now, at that point, I know as a home builder, I have about a 10 to 15% price premium over a used home. General rule: avoid markets or change product if inventories are over 8.5 months. Now, here's the exception to that rule. If you've got a high absorption rate and a high inventory of traditional used sales, so I'm not talking lender mediated, bank owned, or short sale, but traditional used sales, and a very low inventory of new homes. For instance, I have one client that's doing more infill, and we figured out there's 12 or 13 months supply of used homes in the price point that he's going after. However, there is virtually zero new homes, and so we were able to go in there, and because there's a high absorption rate of roughly 3 or 4 homes a month, we figured that we can do better design, better advertising, better sales process, and we can compete with these used homes even though there's a high absorption a high inventory level. Now, here's the key: your lots got to be priced correctly. These particular lots were foreclosed, and so it made sense for us to go in there because we could bring our price point way down and be comparable to what a used home was. This is how it works. So I go in my search criteria. The first thing I do is I'm going to find out how many solds and pendings in my particular micro market happened in the last 12 months. Let's just say in this case there was 12. Now I'm going to do the same search for 6 months, solds and pendings. Let's say there was 6, and for 3 there was 3. So if I divide all those out, my average is 1 per month. So I'm selling 1 home per month in this particular micro market. Then I look at how many active listings am I competing with. Okay, let's just say there are 12. Well, what this graph will show you now is that we have solds and pendings. We have 12 over 12 months, 6 over 6 months, and 3 over 3 months, an average of 1 right here. And then we put in our actives. We have 12. That shows us that we have a 12-month supply of inventory homes. Well, knowing that 5.5 to 6.5 months is a balanced market, this is something we probably would want to avoid unless we end up with number F here, where there's a high absorption and high inventory of traditional used sales versus a low inventory of new homes. Good luck and happy selling.